Hello, welcome to the Crystal Claire channel. This is part 2 in the series I'm doing where I started out kind of touching on Biden in the last video. I asked my guides what would be the most beneficial to share with you today. I've been getting a lot of requests to channel lots of different things, and I take it to my guides and they know what's going to be the most supportive, so this is where they wanted me to go. So I touched on Biden in the last video, and really go watch that last video because I'm continuing on in this video with what they wanted me to share around. There's 4 main pillars that are collapsing right now across the globe and what that means for us and what we're being asked to do as a human collective. So, all right, let's get started. I've got some notes here. So we ended the last video me sharing that, well, it's my guides that are sharing this, but that there's 4 main pillars collapsing across the globe. And these are systems and structures that were created long time ago in the, with the purpose of controlling people. What my guides are saying is that we have, as humanity, we have been fighting amongst ourselves, you know, country to country, nationality, skin color, sexual orientation, gender, whatever it is. We've been fighting amongst ourselves because this is something that was created by the people who are over the whole globe. There is a group of people, entities that are really controlling the narrative across the globe and control these main structures that are collapsing that we're going to talk about. And we are, you know, humanity we used to all live together in a much more harmonious way, but there have been certain things that have been pushed down to us and illusions created for us to create the illusion that we're not connected, but we are all connected and we're one species. But as long as we're fighting and pointing blame at another, you know, country, at another gender, at another whatever, as long as we're pointing blame, we're not looking at the top. We're not looking and paying attention to what's really going on. So it's a tactic to keep us fighting amongst ourselves for hundreds of years, thousands of years. If we're fighting amongst ourselves, then the people at the top, these entities at the top that are controlling the globe, they get to do whatever they want, and we just keep fighting. And they're like, great, we're distracted because we're fighting each other. That's what's starting to break down is that people are starting to realize that something's going on here. Like our, you know, as humanity, the people who are supposed to be helping us and responsible for us and our well-being don't actually care about our well-being, because they're saying that this system that's created, it's a global system that it all filters up to the top. And it's a system of greed and corruption and control. So it's basically like they make money from all of this stuff. You know, you can see the people who are the richest people, the people, a lot of them, we don't even know their names because they're over like big conglomerate companies. They're the ones calling the shots at the top. And they get the money because they're participating in this global plan to control the people. But it's up to us whether or not we're going to allow this to happen, right? So what my guide said is that there's 4 pillars that are collapsing: education system, Western medicine, political government structures, and banking and finance. You can kind of see some of those collapsing. One of the ones I think was the most interesting is education. They showed me that that's one of the most corrupt systems, because the people who have created the education systems, are pushing through certain things they want children to learn and erase all of their connection to self. We are powerful beings. We have access to eternal and cosmic wisdom. This is what I channel. I'm a channel, and I channel a group of cosmic beings, the Akashic Records and the Consciousness Grid. And we all have access to this information, but we've been told to look externally to get our guidance. So the education system starts at a very young age. We get into the system and we start learning to disconnect from our inner wisdom and start looking externally for answers. That's the first thing that they do. And then they only teach us the things that they want us to believe. So it's from a very young age, we are taught the things that will support this continued system of corruption and control. So one of the biggest systems that's breaking down is the education system. And what they said is that there's a lot of people, much of humanity is still looking to our politicians and looking to government officials and looking to, you know, the powers that be to fix what's happening. And what they're saying is all of those people are part of this. And what's going to happen, and it's starting now, it's already starting, is that these systems, these 4 pillars, are collapsing right now to make room for the new systems and structures. And they said the new systems and structures are going to be created with community in mind, with the collective in mind, not the people at the top that are living off of the backs of everyone underneath them. It's going to be community-based. It's going to be more trade-based. It's going to be more, it's going to be supportive of community. And what they're saying is that no one's going to create that except for us. We're going to create that. The collective, humanity, is going to create that. The longer we sit around and wait for other people to do it, the more this is going to get, it's going to get harder and harder and harder, they're saying. So what I've seen, I have clients all over the globe I've channeled for, and I've seen a lot of people that are in those 4 pillars, banking and finance, political structures, not so much political structures, I don't get a lot of that, but education and banking and finance, Western medicine. I get clients coming in saying that they're like in the medicine field or they're in the education field and something's changed for them. They don't feel aligned anymore. They don't feel like they're frustrated with the systems. They're frustrated that they feel like their hands are tied. And what I channel most of the time for them is that they're waking up to what the system really is. That it's really to benefit the people at the top and not the people that are supposed to be benefiting from the system. And they're waking up to the next step in their journey here, which is to take the wisdom that they've learned in these careers and be part of creating the new world and create the new systems, which is so beautiful. And the thing is no one's giving us the roadmap. We have created a blueprint before we came that will help us align to our highest pathway. That's what I channel for people when they're having difficulty accessing their own inner wisdom. But there's no like list of things that we're given to say, this is what we do, this is how we're supposed to be doing it. That comes from inner intuition. Okay, what's the next step? Well, the first step is, are you unhappy in your job? Are you unhappy in your career? Why? Get clear about why. What do you want to do? And you'll find that things that you want to do most likely will leverage a lot of the skill sets and your strengths that you created or that you gained from the careers that you're in within those 4 pillars, but you're now being asked to bring that over to help create the new system. It might just be as simple as homeschooling kids. It might be as simple as getting together with friends to create curriculum for school. It might be as simple as learning natural medicine techniques or learning natural medicine modalities if you're in the Western medicine field and starting to help people in that way. But this is something that's going to be happening over the next several decades. But this generation, all of us that are here now, are here to create the new system. And what my guides want me to share is it's kind of like, this is how they share, it's kind of gross, but this is the analogy they give me. It's like, remember when you're a kid, or if you have kids and you fall and you skin your knee really deep, maybe you running around, you fall on concrete, you skin your knee. Well, as that skin is creating a scab, the scab starts creating, right? Well, as that's creating, the skin underneath is healing. And eventually that scab comes off and the new healed pink skin is formed. They're saying the scab is our society right now. The scab right now are these systems and structures that were put in place by the people above, the handful of people compared to the population on the planet. They're put together to control the people, and that is, they're shaking, it's falling, they're collapsing because people are starting to wake up and realizing that this isn't benefiting us. And so as those things are collapsing, as people are called out of these corporate careers, I was one of them, they are being guided to the next step, which is to be part of creating the new world. And the pink skin, that's us. We are creating that. We are creating as a collective. So the question is, what are you here for? What part what part are you here as far as like creating a new global structure? Is it within your community? Is it within your house? Is it within your city, your state? You are here for a reason. You're made for more, and you're part of this huge, huge undertaking. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I'm going to be going into a little bit more about this in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm a channel. I channel for people all over the globe. My favorite thing to channel is soul contracts and mission and purpose. And while everything I share here is channeled, there's no opinion, there's no judgment. Everything I share is completely channeled from my guides or the consciousness grid or the Akashic records or a combination. I have to say this is for fun and entertainment. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.